It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Detroit Lions, and it's coming up next.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off and running from Ford Field. Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out, it's one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear and the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down, ball at the 36. Stafford. Pass complete, 2-2 Atwell. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Stafford from the gun. He gets this one to Nacua. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Here's 2nd and 7. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. This is hauled in by Atwell. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Williams.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. Throwing now, Stafford. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Khalif Raymond to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
Kate, there are other flashier quarterbacks that make more highlight reel plays than Jared Goff. There certainly are bigger and stronger athletes playing the position today, but Jared's just a throwback, a guy that understands the timing and the precision. I love that he knows what he is and what he isn't when it comes to his skills, and it's why he's been able to flourish in multiple places and why he continues to sustain a lot of success in this league.
Gibbs now from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Laporta with the grab. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. He lobs it up, left sideline. He's got it inside the 10. And he'll be just inside the 10 before he goes out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Goff. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get in position to swat it away. That is well done.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. I'll pick up a 4. That brings up 3rd and goal.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
On 3rd and goal, Goff has it in close. Touchdown, Detroit. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams headed back after their 2nd drive now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Terrion Arnold in on the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackled by Jack Campbell. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them Well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Stafford now on third down. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Well, Dan Campbell never shy when he disagrees with a call, and he's thrown the red flag here. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Up the gut they go with Williams. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. Back to throw, here's Stafford. Completed over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down, ball at the 36. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. And he overshoots his man, it's incomplete. Puka Nacua the target on that throw. And now it's 2nd down.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Give to Williams from the gun. Pushing for the red zone. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Quick slant complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. Stafford back to throw. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Stafford again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Now Stafford to throw. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
Sly's kick is up and good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Craig Reynolds to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Detroit getting its offense set for their 2nd drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. All set up now for 1st and 10. Receiver in motion going left. They go play action with Goff. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Goff to the air now. Finds Laporta. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. He'll throw it yet again. St. Brown's got it, complete. And he's taken down at the 30. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. He finds Laporta. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That was Darius Williams on the tackle. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They send a receiver in motion right. Goff on 3rd. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
This is an excellent job, Kate, right here by the defense to deny that big play and make them earn it offensively. If they want to reach the end zone.
Well, Dan Campbell never shy when he disagrees with a call, and he's thrown the red flag here. Oh, this one is really close, Brock. Did he establish possession and then get both feet down?
Yeah, maintaining possession while being a ballerina, not always easy. A lot to look at here, but I know he thinks he's got a touchdown.
No change to the call on the field, so the challenge fails, and they can no longer challenge anything the rest of the way. On 4th down, the Lions going to try to put 3 on the board here with Jake Bates. This is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Bates' kick is up and good. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Slot man motioned over. On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He's got the hook up to Adams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Straight ahead with Williams. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Tackled by Jack Campbell. Just 1 yard on the play, and they're left with a long 3rd and 12. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Complete beyond the marker. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Stafford from the gun. This is hauled in by Atwell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. They'll throw it again. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, LA. The Rams get some late points and the lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams break that tie and now lead by 7. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's Raymond on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Lions get ready to return to the field. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Off play action, Goff. He gets a lot behind one. Deep down. It's complete. Oh, my. They left him wide open downfield. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. 1st down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Williams.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Bates' kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. A final throw before the break. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Rams out in front. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's Raymond on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Motioning the tight end left. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now they have 3rd and short.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. 3rd down run by Gibbs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. First down throw from Goff. Laporta with the grab. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Lions the 1st.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Has him on the quick hitter. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. An avoidable mistake, and that one's going to set the coaches off more than almost any other. And now they're going to mark off the yardage. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Now gone. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. So pass interference on the shot to the end zone, and now they're going to be set up on the goal line with a great chance to get the touchdown anyway. Running it after the penalty. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, Brock, not sure the play they were running was all that disguised, but with the personnel they had out there, it was going to be tough to stop him either way.
Yeah, there's a great debate. Is it the X's and O's or the Jimmies and Joes?
Yep.
No debate there. That was the Jimmies and the Joes in their want-to run it right down their throat.
Bates now for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions push their lead to 3. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he'll get it up to the 44. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. And he's brought down for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Stafford now against a blitz. Complete, it's Atwell. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again. Throwing now on 1st down. Stafford. Short pass brought in.
And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They gain 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They've got first down from the 31. Williams on the carry. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. They fake the handoff now, Stafford. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
On first down, here's Stafford. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Second and 3 now. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he was able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Now Stafford again. The throw is caught. And this one does not go far.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. He'll throw it. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
They send the tight end in motion. To throw again here, 2nd and 10. It's Goff. This is complete to Gibbs. This breaks through, and he might break away. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Intended target there was Sam Laporta. And it's going to be second down.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He'd arrived as the ball did to break things up. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Steadily keeping him involved in their passing game, Brock, but that throw, well, didn't work out the way his earlier targets have.
It kind of felt like, you could see that from the booth, this defense was sick and tired of this running back catching the ball.
Yeah.
A whole lot more active in their coverage, and somebody...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
There was a theory some years ago, Kate, that you would never run play action on 3rd and extra long like this because that play action is really not going to affect the defense. But what you got to understand is many times you're running that play action because of the great protection. You're actually trying to give that quarterback an extra beat. Well, it didn't work out that time.
Jack Fox getting the call here to punt on 4th down. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. Defense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. This is hauled in by Atwell. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Rams football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. From the 43. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now it's Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud quarterback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Stafford from the gun. Completed over the middle. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
And the Lions into a nickel set for 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Reynolds with a return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First and 10 now from the 30. Off play action, Goff. He finds Laporta. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to first and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
Goff now on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Goff. Oh, we put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. A toss play, Montgomery. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. From the gun, Goff. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 4th quarter lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Bates now for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Out come the Rams on offense. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. First and 10 now from the 30. A run with Williams. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Putting the tight end in motion. From the 31. Complete. It's Atwell. And that will not be enough for a first down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll run. This is Williams. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Stafford. That one's complete over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Stafford now on first down. That one complete to Higbee. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
They take the handoff now, Stafford. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. This is Williams. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
To throw. That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw it. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
This offense making its way back out now. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
It gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. A give up the gut to Montgomery. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. On now comes their punter. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Rams headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Clock continuing to run as the Rams hurry to the line. Here he is to throw. Gets himself free. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
One final shot here. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.